Alright, this is the daily chart of AAPL. In this video, I'm going to explain why I've been talking about 124 in a lot of my updates. By the way, a lot of times Apple was down. I think this was a Friday, right? And so we ended up down on a Friday. And I want you just to pay attention that that close was 124.75. Okay, this was back in on April the 15th. Okay, so but what the original reason why, and I talked about that update all the time, even when Apple would go down or whatever, and I'd make an update on Apple, I would talk about reference this 124, and one of the reasons is I look at a lot of things. I have a lot of screens. I look at candlestick patterns, volume patterns, chart patterns, you name it. Um, And one thing I noticed was way back on this particular day is a reference day, and it confirmed. So it's something that I look at. I'm not going to describe this pattern, but what I can do is reference this. This is the reference day here, and I want to prove this day how this particular day, when it was confirmed, the market would never want to close below that. It may, never close below 124. 24 again. So this is why I referenced the 124 area. It was really based on this day. So we confirmed on this day over here. And as you can see, we never closed. That's 124.43 close, 124.25. That's 1 cent above. And then right away we would kick out. So no matter what, we would usually kick out. If not, we would close close to that point or kick out the next day. So here again, this is again we have a real closed again. Now again, last time we did it again was here. And then look, as we were pulling back, I didn't expect them to try to come back to this point, but they did. So I chose 126 as another, as we had some support in the 126 area. But if you notice that even on that day, and I like that, we closed at 125.15. It kicked out of the 124 area. Okay, again, this is analysis that you haven't heard from anyone. I never said. In fact, when Apple would be going down, I would hear people talking about why it would go to 120, or without any reason. And now I want to, and I don't need to give a reason to 124, but I decided to just to show the analysis that I have reasons to prove reasons to people why I do things or say things. I use key numbers for a reason. Whatever, even for the buy points. Let's go to my stream here. Power trigger trade. If you want to become a chart witness follower, I have this is a really great video to see. As I've broken down Apple on many runs, and I did this way before the moves all the time, and I posted it on StockTwits. So you see this May 2nd. You'll see I'm going to be posting other stuff on this Apple. Plus, I'm posting the Apple update via the charts. Anyways, I sent this plan while Apple was going down here. I usually don't do this, but because I knew this reference area, and in fact this has been happening for over a month now, that this 124 area was a strong a support area, a great place to, or I don't just buy the, whenever would if ever the stock wanted to go above that 124 area, then that would be a buy point, right? But I'm not going to buy for little moves. But when it was set up, like here, for example, let's go back, and my last update, by the way, let me go to the, let's go to the charts here. So this run we had before earnings, I thought I didn't think they were going to take it, this high into the earnings. I said we would. The only mistake I said was that the stock would remain in the chop zone and get to about 129. Well, we achieved way more than what I said. So I mean that's not a mistake. It's just that it went better. It did better. No, I didn't hold to these points, but the point was is that this day here it confirmed. I mentioned in my other update that as we get above 126 again, that would be that'd be. I didn't put it as specific. It was it was a buy point. One could consider that a buy point. The thing was is that the move was expected of a 3-point move. Um, and again, I mean, this is when it was down. Most people, when the stock was down at this point here, they never. I referenced the 124 area as a support area, and as long as we are above that, then the stock would be okay. And I was right again. I mean, this was I posted on my stream. Um, Let me close this here. And can we find that here? That was the other update on. That was not the one. Was this April the 26th? Yeah. Let's go here. April the 19th. So let's click this chart here. I went a little bit below. You see that day? Here it is. You see that day here, 124.75. So here's this. Here's the stock closing at this point. And I said it's still a very uptrend chop zone. As you can see over here, key is 123.75 area, and it's still trading a lot stronger compared to the last earnings, holding more of its gains. All this is true. As long as this holds above that level, this will most likely chop in the 124 to 129 area. This is the range, right? Usually, again, we bounce out of the 129 area, and so what I meant here was Apple will be in the bullish chop zone as this trades in the 126 area again. So in other words, it needs to get back up into the out of the 124 area. Basically, so I say I used 126, and of course we did that. At the same time, this needs to trade above 130 again to have complete time frame alignment. And you know something, it's into earnings, and it did. And that's what the trick was. So let me close this. But there you have it there. Let's go back to the charts. So there you have the reason. And again, my targets, where the time frame alignment is as soon as this trades again above 130 now. We've had this reversal day. That'd be strong time frame alignment, and we should have a run, into the 140 area. So look for 130. I think 130.50 is a good place to add to your position in options. I mean, I'm a long-term investor, so we're already. I'm in here all the way back here. All the way back here, right? So I mean, as you can see, I'm a winner no matter what, right? But in option plays, I've played all this run here, and this run here, all mentioned by me, and a couple of some little trades in this chop zone. So there you have it. Real analysis. A lot of people say a lot of things. A lot of people like what I say, and there you have the reasoning why the 124. I mean, that's just one of my tools. I don't just use that. Was just one of my tools, but I broke it down to just the candlesticks. And nobody I know, I've read the boards. No one's said this or even explained something like this. They say the obvious, it's above the 50 SMA or whatever, but I broke down the actual candlestick pattern, and I recognized this particular 3-day pattern here for me, as that was something interesting, and how the stock could never really close at the 124 area. And I didn't want to really mention this number until I needed to. I wanted to show something different. I'm not going to show all my tricks. I mean, these are just powerful things I look at. And I see things. Why did Twitter plunge? Well, there's a reason for it. There are actually signals in the chart that I look at now. I'm studying that fact. Thanks for listening. Like the video.